point behind the race car. Maynard Yanks, the crew chief for Bruce Larson, is playing traffic cop, telling another crewman exactly where he wants Bruce Larson to situate that car to get ready for the final round against Ed McCulloch. Larson with an opportunity to gain even more points in the Winston chase. Once again, the procedure normal, lifting the body, removing that wire off the ignition system, very similar to what John Force does. For Ed McCulloch, he has had low ET of the meet of a 5.37 second elapsed time. Bruce Larson smoking the tires, trying to stay with him, and almost pulls it off. Ed McCulloch wins the race, but Bruce Larson almost caught him. A 5.55 second elapsed time, his speed 266 miles an hour. As we watch this one again, you can see the advantage gained by McCulloch at the start, nearly 0.05 of a second. Then the tires broke loose for Bruce Larson, and the smoke started to pour off of those huge slicks. But at the finish line, Larson wasn't about ready to give up. He actually ran 0.04 quicker, but couldn't catch him.
Let the record show that Ed McCulloch just did to Bruce Larson exactly what Bruce Larson did to Kenny Bernstein at the last race. You whole-shotted your way to victory.
What goes around comes around, you know.
Did you know who won? It was thousands if you do the math.
I tell you, it was so close out there. I thought I was in good shape. The thing left the starting line. It went out there. I didn't see him. I didn't see him. And all of a sudden, I'm going just into the lights. And I sort of looked out there, and there's that red fender. And I said, boy, this is close. But I was pretty sure that I had him.
Wonderful driving, Ace.
Thank you, Steve.
Ed McCulloch, the Quaker State Northstar Funny Car champion.
Steve, on paper, the actual margin of victory for McCulloch, 0.09 of a second. Larson holds the #1 spot, followed by Bernstein. Ed McCulloch's victory has put him into #3. Mark Oswald 4th. Don Prudhomme 5th in the Winston points chase. There's one race remaining. The TRW Special of Joe Amato against the Performance Automotive Wholesale Special of Shirley Muldowney. Back in 1982, Shirley won the inaugural event here at Brainerd, one of her 17 national event victories. Intently looking on is Ron Tobler, Shirley's crew chief and her husband. Earlier, Steve talked with him.
A few years ago, we all watched the marvelous comeback of Shirley Muldowney, and this man, Ron Tobler, watched so closely, the two were wed. But I think today we're seeing the renaissance of you as a crew chief and a tuner, the comeback of Ron Tobler.
Well, Steve, you know, it's been a long 4 years since the comeback of the accident. This is the first final we've been since we came back. The last final we were in was 6 years ago, so I don't really quite know how to act here today, but we're just kind of taking it one round at a time, trying not to beat ourselves, which we almost did second round. They're smoking the tires, but Shirley's been driving just great today, and we certainly needed it on that run, and we'll just try to go up there and race Joe and give him our best shot. That's all we can do.
Get it ready.
We'll try.
Shirley in the near lane of the racetrack. She was put there as Amato had the lane choice going into this final round race. Amato is the defending champion here at this Northstar National. The two cars set. Amato with an advantage, and Shirley smokes the tires. Joe Amato wins his second race in a row. His elapsed time, 5:24, 278 miles an hour, as Shirley blazing the tires the minute she hit the throttle. Too much horsepower and too much clutch, and the tires went up in smoke. For Amato, this back-to-back victory at Brainerd moves him even closer to Gary Ormsby. In fact, he has now moved into the #2 spot, jumping ahead of Dick LaHaye. Darrell Gwynn is in 4th, and Eddie Hill rounds out the top 5. Let's go to Steve.
Shirley Muldowney's chances at victory went up in tire smoke, but what a day it's been. You know you can get to the finals now.
Yes, actually, Steve, when I saw Larson lose, I figured that was going to be a mind trip for Joe. I thought I might have the advantage there. We had a lot of power in it. I had a little more heat on the starting line than I liked, but a good friend won. Let's put it that way.
Indeed. Joe Amato is the champion, but this lady again proves that she has that potential. All right, Dave, Joe Amato has now come over to give a big hug to Shirley Muldowney. Joe, come over here. David, here is your Northstar Nationals top fuel champ, Joe Amato. Great drive.
Well, Steve, you know, TRW and the Tim Richards racing team we're here again. What can I say?
Lane choice. You could say lane choice.
Well, I had to pedal it too. You know, it was either lane. Both of us were worried about the track, the lane, and, you know, it was anybody's race really in the final. But to come from where we started 15th back and win this race and get all the points, we're going to make a horse race out of this World Championship yet.
Joe Amato trying for his back-to-back Winston Championship titles. For Steve Evans, I'm Dave McClellan saying so long from Brainerd, Minnesota. The 1989 NHRA Quaker State Northstar Nationals has been brought to you by Firestone. Watch us. We're on the move.